Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of It's Look Who It Is. So speaking of It's Look Who It Is, check this out. If I can find it. Is it this one? It's this one, right? Yeah, check this out. Yeah, check this shit out. I got 74 mana. It would be cooler if I had 75 mana, but I have no capability for patience, so I'm gonna hit this button. Oh my god, look at the EXP go up, dude. Oh my god, look at the EXP go up. Oh, it's beautiful. And then, we go to the inventory, and then we got 7 of these bad boys right here. And then now we're at 30 freaking 9, dude. Oh my god. Now, if I waited, like, I don't know, until the end of this video or whatever, we could have gone even further beyond, but I am just so impatient. I am just completely and utterly impatient. We could have done one extra freaking mana shard. Probably, maybe? We would have been at... No, we would have been at the... Yeah, we would have been at the... We would have been at 10 here. We would have been able to do it again. We would have been able to get up to like 58% EXP, man. That's so cool. I'm almost at 100% recycling. We've almost reached the event horizon where mana is gonna go fucking crazy. And then I can finally work on other stuff. I don't know, dog. I don't know. Why the fuck am I getting this shit in my inventory? Did I not have this unlocked in the... Ah, whatever. I'll come back to this later. Why do I have the fucking hoop gauntlets in my inventory? Why is that shit not auto-stored or auto-sold immediately? So, I don't know. Who do I want to play today? Honestly, I wasn't expecting to do a woe today. I had plans today, and I just kind of ended up not doing them because the weather kind of sucked. It was not a good day to do what I wanted to do. And, you know, the weather still sucks. I don't know if you can hear that. We haven't played Mimi in a while, dog. We have not played Mimi in a while. Have we done all the mysteries yet? I hope we've done all the mysteries yet. I don't remember what old god we played last time. Let's do a little Gazoo. Little mirror. Little Gazoo mirror. Medical history. Little medical history Mimi. A little jaunt through Shiikawa. Listen, man, it's crazy. You know, every time you, whatchamacallit, sit down to record a World of Horror episode, you're thinking of like 20 different things that you could talk about because you're not doing them daily anymore. So the bits and the anecdotes are all piling up. And then what ends up happening is that you end up in this situation where you just kind of like think about like, okay, I want to talk about this stuff during the episode, and then you just get sidetracked and talk about other stuff completely. And it's pretty funny. But, you know, YouTuber who's writing a book, hey guys, I'm writing a book. It's not like a, you know, we do this bit every single time. It's not like something I'm actually gonna like sell, I don't think. But it's we're almost done with the first draft. It's really cool. We're almost done with the first draft. We're kind of in the end game here of the, like, last chapters of the book. I still do have to, like, reorganize a couple of the chapters that, need to be deleted because I think I've said this before, but it's like, there are 3 chapters in the book that are all the exact same thing because they're, like, flashbacks to the main character's backstory. And they're literally all the same thing, and I was just kind of deciding at what point would be the best place to put it, and I figured it out. You know, we've done the bit before where it's like, you can't do backstory stuff too early if you want people to care. You can, I think, and maybe this is, like, wrong of me to think this, but I think you can do backstory stuff early if it is world building and doesn't interrupt the flow too much. But if it is, or if it's a character introduction later on in the book to kind of like give that character some independent time to develop, and then you introduce them to the main story, right? Like, I think those two things are valid, but I think doing like backstory for a character that you want people to care about, I think that is, if you do that too early, that A, derails the story, and B, it kind of just comes across, at least to me, I don't think there's a right or a wrong way to write, as long as you're, like, you know, doing it grammatically correct, I suppose. And even then, it's like there could be reasons why you wouldn't want to do it grammatically correct, right? Like you might have a character speak broken like English for a specific purpose, or to use words in a wrong way for a specific purpose. I don't really think there's a wrong way to write as long as like you're doing it with intention and you're not using AI. Like if you're using AI, then that's the like the most black and white, like objectively wrong way to write possible. Like I'm sorry. It's crazy how like AI became like a thing. Like when did ChatGPT come out? That was like 2023. That was like 3 years ago. That was like 3 or 4 years ago, right? So we have had AI for such a short amount of time, and yet everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's like an integral part of my life. I don't know what I would do without it." And it's like, are you like 3? Or, because the answer to what would you do without AI is like, I don't know, like live your life like how you were, like you just properly live your life with like joy and whimsy and like hope and wonder and, you know, happiness and all that shit. You know, what if we did it a little like that? What if we got a little crazy with it? What if we increased the doom to 30, and then what if we took 1 billion stamina damage? What if we did that? What if we did that? What if we did that? What if we then got burned and then went to the hospital? What if we did that? What if we did that? But yeah, no man, it's crazy. Like AI, it didn't pop up out of nowhere. We've been working towards like LLM stuff for a while. It's just that it's just we've been like forced to it. Like it's crazy. Like, you know, whenever there's something like a public work project, like making a park or making a train or something, it's like you got to do like, you know, 20 billion environmental focus groups. You have to negotiate land rights with like 20 billion different people, and it just gets bogged down and down and down. And it's like, oh, you can't build a train there because there's like a farm there, and like that guy, that private citizen owns the land. And then it's like, so, you know, we can't have nice things like public transit or like, you know, trams or trains or, you know, public works projects or public spaces. We can't have those things because it's all bogged down in endless fucking nonsense. But then, these AI companies come out of nowhere, and it's like they're like stealing the land, essentially, right? Like it's crazy. And they're just taking it and taking it and taking it, and people are voting against it. Like people are like voting to say like, hey, do not put this shit near my house. I don't want this data center near my house. And they're doing it anyways. That one guy was building a fucking data center that was like stretching across the entire fucking state and taking more power than, what's the Coma? Do we want to do Coma? Yeah, let's do Coma. You know, taking more power than the goddamn state has or uses. And it's just like crazy, man. Like there was a story recently I read. I don't know if it's true. I didn't look into it, so, you know, grain of salt is all and all that. But I saw like this story that was like, you know, a farmer donated his land or their land to, you know, I guess that's a problem with me. I just assumed to he, himing the farmer during Pride Month. That's pretty fucked up. Sorry about that. You know, like the farmer donated some of their land so that the government could build a park there. And then it's getting turned into a data center. It's like, that shit needs to be turned off, dude. That shit needs to be turned off. It's evil. It's evil, demonic technology. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I did not think that I would be the anti-technology, like, boomer. Alright, bitch. Okay, hold on. Sorry, during Pride Month, I'm being, like, misogynistic during Pride Month? That's crazy. It's like, I never thought I would be the anti-technology boomer who was, like, you know, vehemently against technology and, like, calling it evil and shit. But it's like, this stuff is evil, bro. Is Vengeful Athlete our second enemy? What the hell's happening? It's our first enemy, right? Discharge. Oh, no, because we got the mermaid guy. Yeah. It's like, that shit's crazy, dude. Like, that shit is unironically crazy. Forest is doomed, but we don't have to do a forest mystery immediately after this. Let's just stick to the hospital. Um, but yeah, no, man, it's nuts. It's like it just like it came out of nowhere like 3, 4 years ago, like 3.5 years ago or something. Like it's we've barely lived with it for like any period of time, and it's just everywhere now, and everybody's using it, and you're forced to use it in like pretty much every aspect of your life. Like like I've been trying to switch away from Google products because oh no 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 no. Well, let's see if we still got it. Let's see if we still got it, chat. We basically lose the game if I fuck this up. Oh, get out of here, Miku. Get the heck out of here. Get out of here. Go develop Minecraft. Go program Minecraft. Go write Harry Potter. Get the fuck out of here. I could just get a little sanity as a treat. A little nice little sanity infusion as a treat. Love to see that. Love to see that. This shit would have been doomed. Oh, fuck. That's terrifying. But yeah, no, I never thought I would be the anti-technology boomer who's like hating the new tech that all the kids are using. But it's like, I don't know. The technology that appeared in my life, it had some like disturbing implications that we didn't really fully understand. But then also like it just kind of, I don't know, like I don't want to say that I'm like an anti-technology person, because like I like the modern phone for the most part. Outside, if I may be a little phlegmatic here, okay, if I may be a little phlegmatic to, you know, reference a 1940s, 1930s German psychology book? Question mark? I don't know, man. I'm still on the choleric chapters. Okay, I'm still on the obsessive chapters, man. I haven't made it past the hysterics and the obsessives yet. But like, if I may be a little phlegmatic, the only thing that I don't like about modern phones is exclusively the fact that they are, yeah, fuck it, we'll go household hell. Sure, fine, why not? Is exclusively the fact that they are used to, like, constantly surveil you. Now, I can only complain about surveillance a little bit, in the sense of I can only complain about, like, whatchamacallit, World of Horror not having updates to an extent. Like, if you bought World of Horror, like, if you've never played World of Horror before, and this is, like, the first episode of this that you're watching, you have no fucking clue what's going on. You buy the game to try to understand what the hell's going on, because I'm not explaining anything. It's a waste of time. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, and you start playing the game, and you're like, you know, you play it for, like, a couple hours, and you're like, I've seen a lot of what the game has to offer, and I'm not getting, like, all these, like, crazy unlocks that I'm used to. Because normally, like, when you play a roguelike, right? Like, or I shouldn't say normally, but, like, if you're spoiled with something like Isaac or Gungeon, or, like, you know, something that has, like, a metric fuck ton of content, routes, secrets, you know, different things that you can do, that sort of stuff. When you're looking at it, like, from that perspective, yeah, sure, let's get a little bit of EXP. A little bit of EXP, a little bit of Doom, it never hurt anybody. Motherfucker. It hurt me. We'll make the mansion safe. We'll make the mansion safe. Hey, do you want my stamina by any chance? Or money? You can definitely have that, bro. Oh, right, we're on medical history. This is, like, the fucking funniest, like... We have the medical kit, dog? I'm so stupid, bro. I'm so fucking stupid. It's fine. This is a valid use of the bandages. Yeah, quick thinking. Like, we're... Like, yeah, knowledge would benefit us in combat, but, like, we are literally going into the quick thinking zone, so it's like, it might directly come in handy. Also, we just have every item known to man. But, like, if you bought World of Horror, you played it for a couple hours, and then you were like, okay, there's not really a lot to this game, and I want the, like, update that was supposed to come out, like, or was the release date of the update was supposed to come out, like, 3-4 months ago? Something like that? I don't know. I'm not paying attention, man. Time is a wacky, round, circular thing. Hey, how about you go fuck yourself, hole-ridden thing? Like, how about you just go fuck yourself, man? you know, like, you kind of get into that situation where you're like, there's not really a lot of content in this game, and then you look at the episode number and you're like, how the fuck is this person playing this game this long? And it's like, I don't know. Listen, brother, listen, sister, listen, sibling. We're just chilling, alright? We're just big chilling. I thought I misclicked, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought I clicked the one in the middle, and then I was gonna be like, how the fuck? But, you know, I think that would be a lot more valid, right? So I can't complain, and we're going back to the actual thing I was going to talk about, I swear. I can't complain about World of Horror having a lack of content, because I've played it for over 1,000 hours, and the game has had, like, relatively small amounts of content increases as long as I've been playing, right? And they've usually been, like, several months to years apart. So it's not like, whatchamacallit. Oh, God. I accidentally, I got a notification on Discord that I was waiting for, and I clicked out of it, and then I accidentally started dragging the Land Drifters window, and then I got really scared because I thought my computer crashed. But it's like, I can't complain about World of Horror not having content as much as somebody who, like, played the game for, like, 6 hours or 4 hours or 2 hours could, right? Like, I think that's a more valid complaint, because it's like, dog, I've played this game for 1,000 hours. I'm just styling on it at this point. Like, whether or not I win or lose doesn't fucking matter, because if I need to do anything in this game, I can do it on, like, my first or second try. Like, unless it's, like, that one challenge that gave me, like, 7 episodes of, like, hell or whatever. But, unless it's like a hard challenge or something, you know. I'm just chilling. I'm on New Game Plus, man. This is like my 5th save file. 6th save file. I'm not counting up to the next number. I'm not making you flinch like a dog. And so it's like, I can't complain about surveillance to a certain extent, because I am talking into a microphone right now, and all of my vocal data is being uploaded to both the Adobe servers and the Google servers, and they're probably training AI on my voice without telling me or anyone else who uses their services. They're definitely training. Listen, this is not a narcissistic thing or like a self-grandiose or important thing here, okay? These AI things scrape everything on the internet. And the fact that I have thousands of videos, there are definitely AI models that have scraped my videos. For sure, 1,000%, because there's, like, more... Like, I think, like, what is it, like, 80% of internet traffic is AI bots scraping data? So it's like, they, like... anything that you upload on the internet is being put into an AI model, right? And the AI models are degrading because right now they're absorbing more content that is created by AI than human, because they've, like, you know, made more content than humans have, right? The AI slop farms. So AI is going to have, like, a model collapse or whatever. Which is going to be really funny to watch happen in real time. Also, the bubble is going to pop, dog. Like, this is going to be very fucking scary. The economy, how that's going to go when the bubble pops. You know, it's great to be somebody who just does not use AI in any capacity. Like, I do not use AI in any capacity. I'm big chillin', bro. Oh, yo, Torch? Hell yeah. So it's like, I can't really complain about surveillance to an extent of, like, I am giving my voice to Adobe and Google, even though, like, I don't really want to. It's just sort of like the consequence of having the hobby, you know? Because before, it was, you were uploading your voice to, like, the Adobe and the Google servers, and they would use that into being like, you know, this is what this person is talking about, this is what we can advertise to them, right? So there was that thing a while ago of, like, that live streamer guy. Oh, you motherfucker. I should have taken the stamina, but I was like, 9 knowledge will do it, bro. Is this location safe? I deadass have not clicked that take a bath button in, like, 20 years, but I'm getting a little nervous with this. Holy shit. Holy crap. We're ballin'. Anatomy class? I don't really think we're fighting humans. Also, we need, like... we really desperately need sanity healing, so, like, you better believe it. But yeah, so it's like, I can't really complain about it to an extent, because I am willingly giving, like, my voice over to Adobe and Google. But here's the thing, like, literally 5 years ago, the consequence of that is, like, if I talked on camera, well, not camera, but if I talked on microphone, or if I talked on stream about wanting to buy something, and then I went on Amazon, or I went on some shopping platform, there would be that product, like, front and center, right? Because I'm uploading my voice to the Google servers, they're taking that, they're listening to what I'm saying. And there was that live streamer guy who did it in real time, where he was on a live stream and he started talking about, like, a product that he wanted to buy that was not related to his life at all. Like, I think it was, like, it's the old experiment of, like, you don't have a dog, but, like, you start mentioning around your phone when it's, like, sleeping or off or whatever, like, when you don't have your phone on, like, you start mentioning, like, oh, yeah, you know, I got a dog, I need dog food, or I need, like, dog toys or something, and then it will, like, you will see recommendations for dog toys, even though you've never searched for it before, right? Like, that's something that's been, like, known for a while, and, like, a demonstratable thing for a while, right? So that's not really, like, new, but now the deal is everything that you put on the internet, your face, your text, your voice, your music, your game, everything, every single thing that you put on the internet is going into an AI model. And it's going into, like, an AI model black box that no human can comprehend, because it's an incomprehensible amount of raw data that the numbers are too big for our minds to comprehend. Which I think is why a lot of people, they kind of get it in their head that, like, oh my god, artificial general intelligence is coming, Roko's basilisk is coming, it's gonna kill us all. Because, like, the numbers are so incomprehensibly big. But I think that was a 6, by the way. If we put 1 point of strength over this entire run, we would have succeeded that, which I think is kind of funny. But, it's okay. We have a painkiller and a sewing kit, so it's fine. You scare the shit out of me, man. Hell no. I'm gonna take a trip on down to the monument here. You motherfucker. Bro wants money today. I'm donating to the... I'm donating, like, Twitch Prime subs to the outer entity. It's getting into streaming. It's a VTuber. It's joining a Minecraft SMP. Yeah, you just... Oh, hell yeah. I love winning the lottery. Don't y'all love winning the lottery? Alright, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's dance. Let's dance, bro. We can't run from this guy. That's what I was thinking about the whole time. Is like, we can run from the apartment stalker who's cornered us in our apartment. We can somehow run from him, but we can't run from this, which is in the vents. Grease me up, woman. Listen, I could try to do a Scottish accent, and even if it was bad, it wouldn't be offensive because I'm Scottish. That's how it works, right? Like, I'm Scottish, so I could do an offensive groundskeeper Willie accent, and it wouldn't be offensive because I got the pass. Like, that's true, right? White people, when they have, like, an opportunity to be offensive. White people, when they have the pass. I'm gonna stop this bit right now. It's horrible. It's, like, the worst bit of all time. But, yeah, just fucking send it, dude. It's beautiful. Kind of. Not really. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, we're taking... Do you have a power attack? Bro, do you have a power attack, bro? Bro, do you have a power attack? Me when bro has a power attack? I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried that he has a power attack. So we're just gonna, like, potentially do half damage, and then we're just gonna kill him. That's just how it's gonna go. I completely, like, thinking of the Simpsons bit, I, like, temporarily lost my train of thought, but we're, like, talking about AI, right? And surveillance. And mobile phones. That's where this all started. Can you believe I remembered that? That's, like, character development, man. Can you actually believe, like, legitimately believe that I genuinely remembered what the fuck I was talking about? Can you actually... Oh god, we're gonna die. Oh my god. I looked into the eyes of death, man. I could have just used the sewing kit, by the way, and it would have been fine. Like, dab me up with the... I mean, does it even matter? Like, not really, no. We're max sanity. So, I mean, instead... I mean, to be funny, though. Yeah, it'd be funny. We have the Doom to fuck around. We have the Doom to fuck around. It might be a little bad, though. We're gonna have to... Oh, fuck. If we have to use the sewing kit, it's all over. Maybe we can time it right, though, if I'm paying attention. Let me finish the anecdote first, right? The thing about mobile phones, and that was, like, sort of like a modern technology when I was a kid/teenager, right? Like, when I was a kid, like, the first phones... Like, when did the first mobile phones come out? I don't remember. But it was, like... When I... Fuck, I actually don't remember. I don't remember at all. But it's like mobile phones were relatively new when I was growing up. And then when I was a young adult, they were just like completely, like, everybody had a mobile phone, right? Like when I was a kid / like preteen, young teenager, it was kind of like a privilege to have a mobile phone. And now it's like everyone has a mobile phone, right? Like as an adult, everyone has a mobile phone. Like you kind of have to have one. Like having like a flip phone or like a dumb phone, like not having a smartphone is unusual, right? Like if you have a if you have a phone, it's a smartphone. Like home phones don't exist anymore. Like I remember a home phone. Like we had one, we used one. We had it for a long time. You know, something kids these days don't know how a rotary phone works or whatever, blah blah blah. Like grumble grumble grumble. I think mobile phones were good, ? Because obviously, when the technology was new, we didn't have these, like, algorithm hellscapes where you basically, like, your personal information was monitored, like, 24/7. Not by people, we're not that phlegmatic, okay? But, like, by algorithms, right? So you would be put into, like, this category box by the algorithm, and then everything that it thinks you could want, it shoves into your face. And it's only been getting more and more accurate, and then the smartest people in the world have been designing... Okay, maybe not the smartest people in the world, but, like, people who are smart enough to create systems that hijack your attention span and your dopamine to make you have as much user retention as possible, right? Like, I don't know, like, remember the, like, really... I mean, they're really old now, but, like, the old EA, like, games presentations where they wanted to turn, like, players into payers or whatever? What the hell was that? It was, like, that was in the 2010s, right? Or, like, the early 2000s? Where it's like the idea is that they wanted to, like, you know, hijack your attention span and hijack your wallets to just kind of like make you like pay for more and more and more and more for like dopamine hits, right? And then that sort of led to what we have now, which is just like completely fucked and degenerate and horrible and awful. Okay, let's see what we've got now. You got to be careful using the word degenerate, by the way. You don't want to... We're gonna have to fire off some rent lowering gunshots soon. Because, like, the word degenerate is, like, a red flag. Because it's, like, you don't really, like... It's correct. Like, the way that I'm using it is correct. It is, like, a degradation, a degeneration of, like, how it's gone. And it's become worse. It has degenerated. But, I don't know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be really careful with words like that, you know? You never know when, like, you're gonna have like that one chud, like this is like that one guy, like the Japanese soldiers still fighting World War II, like, you know, 20 years after it's over, like that one guy who's stuck in the 2016 culture war. You never know when he's lurking around. Anyways, what do we got here? Seconds? Oh fuck. Alright, listen, I'm not paying attention. Oh fuck. Okay, so we do have to heal a little bit, but we don't have to use the sewing kit, so it's fine. We probably don't have to use the sewing kit. I could totally be doing it wrong. I'm I mean, we can just do it like that. I don't really care. I mean, we can just do it like that. That way that even if I fucked it up and we somehow fail a knowledge check that we don't have. It was coma, right? Yeah, we did coma second so we could, because it was a hospital mystery and we got burned, so I wanted to go to the hospital. True. Rue. I don't even know if we have a charisma check. It was you. It wasn't you? What the hell? Ah, crap. I actually have to lock the fuck in here? Hold on. I don't think I have to lock the fuck in here. What if we just fucking kill you, bro? What if we just fucking kill you, bro? Okay, alright. We did miss. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I think we just lost. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, no. Hold on. Hold on, we can save it. We can save it. We take one doom. We're almost out. We're almost out. Okay, we're good. Because we've already, yeah, we're fine. It was a little scary, though. But, I have to be careful. I can't do a post, like, run anecdote for too long, or else my computer will crash. So I'm, like riding the line here. But, you know, I would say that it, like, mobile phones and smartphone technology, like, led to really bad outcomes. Because, like, you know, like, iPad kids are, like, that was really bad. And then we've now made it worse with, like, AI kids, and it's like, oh, God. It's really bad. But, you know, hopefully it all collapses when the bubble pops, and people can, you know, go back to living their lives without AI, which is very easy to do. Like, I've literally... Like, I know every service is offering AI because we live in hell, but, like, there are some services, like, I've been using fucking Proton Drive and Proton Documents, which is, like, the most annoying, frustrating thing possible because they suck. And they do have an AI, but you don't... Like, I'm not paying for it because it's a separate subscription, and I think it was, like, a pop-up that happened once, and then I just dismissed it, and then it didn't pop up again. So, you know. Anyways, yeah, AI sucks. You know, AI is horrible. It's like, you know, one of the worst pieces of technology ever. And, you know, I never thought I would be the boomer who hates technology. Like, here's the thing. If we had, like, you know, Pride Month, transhumanism, right? Where you could be, like, a robot person. Hell yeah, dude. As long as, like, you know, your original brain is intact. You know? Not that sketchy, like, you know, Antichrist shit of, like, dying, but then, like, an AI takes on your mind or whatever. Or, I don't know, dude. Like, digitizing your mind is some shit that it's like, we're making Soma into real life. And it's like, Soma was specifically a story about how you shouldn't do Soma. And we're doing Soma in real life. But, like, if it was, like, a Phantasy Star cast thing, where you're like, okay, I'm a human, but now I'm turning into a cast, I'm not LARPing, right? I'm not LARPing, right? I'm pretty sure cast can be, like, originally human or Newman, right? Right? But there's also, like, just, like, born cast as well. I might be LARPing. If I'm LARP... Okay, first of all, nobody plays Phantasy Star. Nobody fucking plays Phantasy Star, okay? So nobody can accuse me of LARPing. The Phantasy Star Online, specifically. I've never played Phantasy Star. I've never played Phantasy Star 3 or 2, but I've played 1 for, like, 30 minutes, but... You know, online episodes 1 and 2, End Universe, and 2, online 2 when it was, you know, not NGS. I don't like NGS. Listen, some people, like maybe one person on Earth could accuse me of LARPing, but probably not. That person's probably not watching this video. But, you know, if it was like something where it's like you have a robotic body, but you've got like your human brain and like your human, like maybe not nervous system, but like, you know, you are just in a robotic body, or like, you know, like we have like cyborgs or whatever. Or, like, people running around with, like, you know, Cyberpunk 2077, like, augmentations or whatever. Hell yeah, bro. Maybe not, like, the you know, like the Netrunner jacking into like the mainframe or whatever, and then like an AI can just like come around and just like fry your brain in half a second and blow your fucking head clean off, schmoove off, schmoove off, you say. But yeah, maybe just like the robotic limbs thing, or like, you know, like a robotic skeleton, or artificial muscles, or, you know, like cast, I guess, or, you know, like you're a human, but then you've got like a robot body or something, you know, something like that. I'd be totally cool with that. But like this Antichrist LLM predictive AI stuff, that will never ever lead to Roko's Basilisk, by the way. Like, listen, someday we could get like, you know, sentient AI or whatever. It is not a large language model. They're not real. Just because they can process data faster than we can, and they can predict text faster than we can, and they're working off of like 80 limbillion, like whatevers, you know, 80 limbillion gigabytes of training data, they're not sentient. Okay? They're not sentient. They never can be sentient. This is a language text predicting model. And it really only, like, this technology only really works in the use cases that it's specifically trained for, and even then it gets it wrong. It is the technology of it looks impressive when you don't know anything about what it's doing, but when it generates something from your field of expertise, you're like, wait a minute, this is a fucking joke. Like, what the fuck? And then, you know, you just kind of have to, like, delusionally think to yourself, well, it may get literally everything in my industry wrong, but it must be good for other industries, right? That I don't know anything about. And, like, here's the thing. It can probably do, like, you know, menial tasks or whatever, or, like, things that nobody wants to do, but it shouldn't be doing art, man. Like, it doesn't have a soul. I don't even, like, I'm not even a spiritual person, but, like, it doesn't have a soul. It is not ensouled. It is a large language model with a black box. Like, it's not ensouled. It doesn't have a pulse. It can't think. Anyways, I'm just gonna rant about it until my computer crashes. So thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye.